Hello, and welcome to For Better or Worse, a movie and TV podcast where a married couple reviews movies and TV. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all the things, YouTube at FBOW Podcast. Please just like and subscribe. We love all of your support. We appreciate you. I'm Toby.
I'm Gino.
And today we're going to be talking about Ted Lasso on Apple TV Plus. And this is our first podcast back.
Toby, you look so different.
I know.
What happened?
I had a baby.
Wow. Stay tuned to find out if a couple can record an episode of a podcast with a newborn who is over there hanging out
In a swing.
being asleep.
Just fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. He just
stays
ate.
that way.
He just ate.
He just ate.
Okay, so Toby, you, I guess I'll just.
No. I would like you to share your, while I go back to the page I need to. What are your non-spoiler?
My non-spoiler thoughts. So far, the season has not. We're on episode 3. We've seen 3 episodes so far. It has not, captured me yet in the way that season 1 did, and I guess season 2 kind of. So I'm gonna keep watching it because it's good. Bad Ted Lasso is still Ted Lasso is good, but it's not like speaking to me. Toby had to write the notes for this episode because I don't have much to say. So it's keep watching. It's Ted Lasso, but
Okay, so if you generally agree with Gino, then maybe this will be meh for you. If you generally agree with me, my non-spoilers, love it. The first episode was a little slow and it's on the sadder side, but seriously, I think the second 2 are just as funny and emotional as, oh my God, Millie's
Millie,
being
no,
bad.
not the carpet.
And now Millie is the bad one. Great.
We just got the one pet
I know.
quiet, and now the other one's being bad.
Everyone's just ruining our first episode back.
The baby's great though. The baby's the
doing
best
great.
behaved thing we have.
Yeah, right? Of all the things with hair on them, of all the mammals living in this house.
Of all the mammals living in the house, the baby is the best one.
Right. Anyway, I say, for me, totally for better, speaking to me. So.
Oh, mine's still for better. I never said my rating. Still for better.
Right.
Yeah, Ted Lasso is still great.
Yeah.
But it's just not it's not grabbing on. That one scene with the.
Would you wait?
Season 1 with the.
The darts?
With the darts?
Yes, Gino, that was one of the last episodes.
I know, but it's so good.
So then you got to be patient.
I know.
Oh my God. Impatient over here.
I know.
Okay. So we're not going to update right now. Great. So just, I sectioned my notes into 3.
Are we going into spoilers?
Oh, I'm sorry. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Sorry, guys. It's been a month. I've forgotten.
It has been a month.
It's been a month. Okay. So updates on season 3 from the other seasons, right? So we now know that Ted's wife is dating the therapist. Now,
the therapist that made him hate therapists in season 2, where he's I went to a marriage counselor and they were terrible and I hated them. That one, I think.
I don't remember, and I forgot to go back and check.
Yeah, I think he does bring it up with the therapist from season 2 that
Right.
he hates them because of this.
Yes, because
And
of
all the other background reasons that he hates them.
So I mean, we're gonna see him deal with that, right? He has an anxiety attack, panic attack again, which is quickly thwarted by a half field goal. Unheard. That doesn't happen.
Oh, a 1 second half the
Right.
field goal by
Zava.
Zava,
the new guy.
vaguely Mediterranean soccer player.
Well, because he's based on. You should look it up. He's based on an actual soccer
I know the
player.
guy. He played for the LA Galaxy at some point.
I didn't know who it was. So we're gonna we can talk about that next. So one of the new characters that they brought on is
Zlatan.
Zlatan,
He's
right?
based off of Zlatan, a Swedish professional footballer.
And honestly, hilarious. He bops around to team, lets them win, and then what leads.
He has a Christ complex. He has a tattoo of himself on his back, doing this.
What a great
He makes himself
detail.
I like when he just keeps standing in front of Ted.
Oh my God, I didn't notice that until somebody posted it on Twitter.
How did you not notice that? Literally, he kept standing in front of Ted.
Because it's funny. It's a small detail again.
Millie's
gonna be bad again.
Millie's being bad.
So every character on this show is just so well structured, right? Like this guy, like the fact that he has a tattoo of himself on his back, standing out to the audience.
I mean, like, exactly.
What
While he's standing out to the audience.
So
Yeah.
funny. What a good detail. And that's something else that I wanted to talk about was just like we're getting to see more characters. Oh, I think that's a different part of my notes. Sorry,
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
No, we're still talking about the therapist.
Right.
Ted should just fly back to America with his soccer team and just beat him up.
Oh, you think the footballers just go
beat him
ham
up.
on
Yeah,
him?
and all the therapists will have to do is just like throw one punch, and they'll all go, "Ow, I'm injured."
Well, no, he'll sit them down. How does that make you feel? Yeah, he'll.
Mine's funnier because I'm making fun of soccer players.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Yeah, because you're a soccer player, so you just ignored that joke.
I don't, because I don't fake injuries. If I'm hurt,
Because you're
I'm
a
hurt.
woman soccer player.
And we're tough.
Tough.
Pay us equal.
No, men soccer players, you do this.
Foul.
Ow.
Listen.
My arms.
I don't know when that happens.
Wouldn't that be a hilarious
starts.
scene? Ted has a change of heart,
Yeah.
brings the team over. Let's beat this guy up.
Right.
And they all just flop.
Because he
just goes, eh.
That'd be really funny. Honestly, I liked that the therapist answered the phone as Donald Trump.
It was a good impression. Yeah, it wasn't like the best. There's some comedian who's like really good at Donald Trump. He's like a big and fat.
I mean, sure.
But it was pretty good.
It's better than mine.
Yeah, good enough that Ted Lasso was like, hello, former president.
Right. Well,
I've got a bone to pick with you.
Right. I mean, he knew who it was.
That's as political as the show will ever get.
I don't know. It's funny.
I was like, I'm surprised. Yeah, because usually like Apple TV is pretty like.
And it's an Apple show. So
right,
like,
yeah, and Tim Apple.
Right, Tim
Best
Apple.
friends with Donald Trump. There's
Honestly,
that picture of them.
They probably sent him that and was like, "Do you approve of
Do
this?"
you okay with this, Mr. President? Well, he's not the president anymore, so they can yell at him.
Oh, Tim Cook is
No,
not the
Tim
president.
Apple is still the CEO.
Well, that's who I'm saying. They sent this clip to. They're like, "Listen, I don't know if you have a beef with Trump."
And then
is this
Tim
okay?
Apple was like, he's not the president anymore. I don't
Right.
have to kiss his butt.
Right.
Please make fun of him.
Approved.
Yeah, approved. Click.
So that's going to be interesting. Seeing how Ted deals with that.
I choose violence. Please. I mean, it would be subversion.
know.
It would definitely be a subversion if Ted Lasso just like completely flips.
I don't
beats this
want
guy
him
up.
to.
I know. He's probably just not going to do anything because he's going to stay in London.
He's just going to be in it. Well, they also already have the evil character, which is Nate.
Right, but I don't think the therapist is supposed to be an evil character.
No, I'm saying you're saying if Ted flips to being evil.
I was getting the sense that the if Ted becomes like a bad guy. I was getting the sense that the therapist is just like another Ted.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, he's like very corny.
Yes.
Freaking banana outfit
right,
on the
like
marathon. Yeah,
so
like
he does seem like a different just another version of a Ted.
Ted's wife has a type.
Right, the happy-go-lucky, adorable.
Adorkable.
Ugh.
Like the male version of what's her face. The one who came up with Adorkable.
I know what you're talking about. She was
girl,
just on a podcast, but
an elf, or is that her sister?
No, she was an elf.
That one.
Oh my god.
The Adorkable one.
So sorry. Mom brain. Just
Pregnancy,
kidding.
not anymore brain.
Just kidding.
Anyway, so talking about bad guy, Toby, it says here in your notes that Nate.
No, Nate is still a monster.
Yeah, mean to the lady, the secretary lady.
I know which secretary lady.
She like walked in. He's like, "Go!" Or no, someone walked into his office. Like, "Go away!"
Well, and that because the person was like Wonderkind, and he was like, "Get out!" Because he wants to be known as like Nate, like coach, manager, whatever.
Although he's not in this season as much as I thought. He was really only in the first episode and like for a second when they got Latan.
I'm gonna get into that as to why that probably is. But it's so interesting seeing him being a mean coach. And to be honest, like sometimes that's what a team needs is like somebody who's just like very by the book. This is what we have to do. But it was interesting when he was getting interviewed and the people were like, so like, how are you getting on with the team? And he's like, I don't know.
I hate when he he has to spit whenever he wants to like be confident in himself. I hate it. I hate it so much. He's done it like 3 or 4 times already.
And I didn't notice until Gino pointed it out.
It's like whenever he's scared and he wants to be, he spits. So it must be some sort of weird
like thing that he
someone
saw.
told him not to spit and he like spit anyway and then gives him confidence.
Or somebody said like if you need to feel like a man,
spit.
Ugh.
Men spit.
Men spit.
Or he thinks of his dad and goes spits.
And he spits.
It's a good spit though. Yeah, well, he's all mean to Ted, right? They showed him the picture of the them going to the sewers and he's like, well, that's because he's poop.
which was honestly such a great analogy, right? Like, you're all part of this. You gotta, like, you're all a team of sewers, and
Oh, you like the sewer scene?
I loved it.
I thought it was like a little much.
I don't. I'm sorry. Is Ted Lasso not a little much?
I just feel like professional soccer players are not following their coach.
Of course, they wouldn't do that. That's what's funny about it.
No. Like that, like even a college team would be like, we don't want to. Why are you making us do this?
I wonder where we went to Niagara Falls.
You're a D. Right here, pause. You never told the audience, Toby. You're a D3.
Oh wow, D3 starter.
Champion?
Yeah.
Starter.
Champion of what?
I don't know. D3 Big East. D3.
No, we made the playoffs.
So Toby is a D3 soccer player in college, all 4 years starter.
Yeah, OSU, Oswego.
I played
SUNY.
Little League soccer for like a year or two.
Right.
And I went to St. John's while they won the Final Four, the NCAA championship.
Proud of you.
For soccer, men's soccer.
Great.
So like that equals out, right? Like you played at a D3 school.
Right.
I went to a D1 school that happened to win while I was there.
Basically, we're D2.
So we're equal. We're equal in soccer experience.
Soccer experience and knowledge.
Yeah, I went to one game, I think. 2 games, maybe.
Yes, Gino knows a lot.
Kick the ball.
Yes.
I want to make the joke about not understanding what it means to go like offsides, but like they make that joke in this all the time.
What?
When Ted's like, why is that offsides? How's that offsides? No, really.
Offsides is I mean, like, it's not a complicated rule. Personally, I don't think so. Just like if you're on the opposing team and you are going to score a goal, if you are closer to the goalie than the defender, you're off sides. You're on the wrong side.
She's making that up.
Wait, let me just tell a quick story. My favorite story. I had a friend who doesn't know soccer watch me play, and at halftime you switch sides. And he thought we switched jerseys. So he was watching
Yes, I know this story.
I know you do. He was watching the wrong team play and like looking for me. I'm like, I'm over here.
Hi.
Great.
Good stuff. So yeah, Nick Muhammad, who plays Nate, had to tell people online to like stop yelling at him online.
It's a character.
He's like, I'm happy that you guys hate my character because that's the point. Please stop yelling at me. I'm not my character.
No, he's just so good at everybody hating him. He's like Joffrey.
He had a funny little Apple made a commercial with him, like a 5-minute commercial where it was about like privacy and like how people can like hack into your account. And the whole joke was that like he was supposed to be playing like a normal human being in the commercial, but he thinks he's like a famous celebrity. So Apple's like, even regular people like this man are like able to be hacked. And he's like, no, I'm a little bit famous or whatever. Or like people would come up to him on the street and he'd think they were like asking for autographs and they weren't. It was a good commercial.
I like him as a person.
Nick Muhammad's funny. He needs to be in more stuff where he doesn't spit.
Gross.
It's nice seeing him not spit. Can we talk about his car though?
Oh, sure. This is where Gino pops in.
I was upset because Nick Muhammad's character somehow, I don't know how, because he was like the laundry guy for the Richmond.
What do you mean somehow? He's now the manager of West Ham.
Okay, so he has a perfectly mint condition, like 1960s Mini Cooper. And like the whole thing that happens in the first episode is he's in the parking lot with all the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis and whatnot. And his car gets towed because they think it's like a custodian. Who aside from a very rich person can afford a perfectly mint condition Mini Cooper?
I don't know.
So he has to tell his boss, the mean guy,
Giles. I don't remember his name in the show.
I don't know. You say random, some random British name. That like, no, that's my car. Please don't tow it. And then the end of the episode happens where they take his Mini Cooper away and they give him a Aston Martin DB11. That Mini Cooper, if you wanted to look for one online with 2 minutes of Googling, about 140,000 pounds for a mint condition 1960s Mini Cooper in green, the mint green that he has, which is still less than the Aston Martin, which starts at $200,000 around.
It's insane.
Without options. So he went from like one super expensive crazy car to like a more expensive crazy car. But I guess the point is,
what's it cool?
Like, it's not a cool car.
It's not a cool car.
Yeah.
It's not a cool car, and he needed a cool car. Ridiculous. I thought a custodian had it, or like just somebody parked it there.
There's a couple of things with like cars in this season where it's like clearly these people don't know what they're doing about cars.
Right. So Colin.
Yeah, Colin has a McLaren, which is like $100,000 car, and immediately crashes it. So it's like all these soccer people like buy these crazy cars to look cool and like don't know what they're doing with it. Roy Kent has a G-Wagon. He has a normal, like a normal rich person car.
Now, I don't know if that is like a running joke among soccer players. I don't.
Soccer players have the craziest car. Oh yeah, that's
How
like
do you
a
know
thing.
that?
Because I see it online. Except for like French, apparently soccer players like don't care.
They're just normal people.
Like French culture, or it's one of some country, like British soccer players, Italian soccer players, crazy, Ferraris, all this stuff. French soccer players apparently don't care.
We do not need these cars.
They drive like the crappiest cars, the dents in them and stuff. So apparently French culture doesn't care about cars, which makes sense because their cars are terrible. But like British and Italian, like obviously Italians,
right, care.
Gotta care about their car.
Wow, we talked about that for 17 minutes.
I got cars into the podcast. Yes.
Why are you clapping? We have a sleeping baby.
Sorry, baby.
Okay. So that was a lot of stuff. One of the new storylines in the show, we mentioned it before, is that Richmond gets this new player, Zava, and he's supposed to help them win, essentially, right? Because Rebecca has I don't even know if it could count as a monologue. She like follows him into the bathroom.
While he's peeing.
The longest pee, hilarious.
Because he's going to sign with her ex-husband's team.
No, he's going to sign with Chelsea. Maybe West Ham. One of the two.
Oh, right. He's in the middle of signing with Chelsea. And she yells at him.
And she goes and says, like, if you really want a challenge, you would sign with the worst team in the league.
And like Chelsea's a real team, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I think so is West Ham. I don't know. We follow New York City Football Club. Woo! And we don't follow them.
We watch one game.
Yeah. So
Yay.
Big fans. And so that's like right now, right? Episode 3, they are in like 4th, 5th place. It's working.
Well, you were in the middle. So she comes into the bathroom.
Sorry. Right. She comes in the bathroom.
And yells at him to join. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You weren't listening to me.
I was looking at the cat.
That's right. You weren't listening to me. You were looking at our adorable fuzzy.
I'm listening for the baby.
I don't hear him. So that's going to be an interesting storyline that I am looking forward to seeing how that dynamic. So far, the team really likes him, except for Jamie.
Well, they're all the dynamic, which is interesting, is that all the players on Richmond are obsessed with Zava. They're gigantic fans. Our favorite character,
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo says that he lost his virginity to one of his shoes.
Right.
Insinuating that he boned the shoe.
Right.
So like they're all obsessed except for Jamie, who's jealous because he's supposed to be the star.
Right.
So like they will literally like bow down to him. So that's like the dynamic.
And they do whatever he says. Like he comes in, changes the format, puts one person forward and everybody back.
Which is him. And he scores a goal. And he like goes to Jamie and he's like, get open, right?
Right. He's like, get open and I will find you. And instead
then he just scores a goal
from half.
Yeah.
I have to say that doesn't happen.
Unless you're Zava. You're not Zava.
I'm not.
Maybe if you were Zava, you'd be D1.
Honestly, maybe if I'd be Zava, I'd be making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Soccer player.
Sorry, millions of dollars. Wouldn't that be nice? So that's going to be interesting. The saddest part of this season right now is that Keely and Roy broke up.
I'm like confused as to why. They just need to like throw like it's because they're together in season 2. What else are we gonna do with them? So break them up.
I mean, well, at the end of it, right? Like Roy needs Keely to be there for him all the time, and Keely's very busy, and Roy's busy.
No, I'm talking from a writer standpoint. Like, why are they doing this? Like, why are they throwing this wrench into their relationship for no reason?
Because the Ross and Rachel dynamic is.
No, it's just like, just let them. Can anyone just be a happy couple in any TV show? Like permanently, like
Beard and Janet.
They got together in season 2.
They just stay together.
So they're just like, nah, they're busy.
Can't we just stay together?
And the whole joke is that Roy, everyone thinks that she broke up with him.
Yeah.
I broke up with her.
That was
not a good Roy,
that we're trying.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I bet if you could.
Oi.
Yeah. I was gonna say Jamie, but he goes Tot.
Tot. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry for skipping ahead, but the scene he has with Trent Krim, where he pulls out that article from when he was 17 years
Oh my
old, and Trent like made fun of
God.
him and said he was a horrible soccer player.
When I was 17.
Yeah, Trent Krim's like, I have really long hair.
Well, this is where like the heart of the show is. I don't know how you're not feeling all the things.
I'm not saying there's like obviously there's a good moments, but like it's just I don't know. I mean like I don't dislike that we're watching it. It's just not like hitting me the same way as season 1 did.
I don't know.
For some reason, I don't know why.
I'm hit here.
Yeah, it's definitely not hitting me like Severance did. It's like Severance.
Which some people, Severance didn't hit at all.
I will
It was a
kick them
swing
in
and
the
a
head.
miss.
Who didn't like Severance?
I've told you. Kim didn't like. Kim, here's your shout out.
Okay,
Kim
I'm not going
didn't
to kick you in the
Severance.
head, Kim. I'm sorry. But
Right.
you need to like Severance. So
Kim likes Ted Lasso, though.
I mean, I
Everyone
like Ted Lasso. Why would I say I don't like Ted Lasso? I like Ted Lasso. It's just the season isn't like pulling me in. I'm like, oh yeah, it's Wednesday. Let's watch.
Disappointing.
Let's watch Ted Lasso.
I mean, I'm the same. Really, all of my days have mixed together because I'm on maternity leave.
Yeah, not from the podcast though. Woo!
Nope, we're back. I only got a month here. This guy making me come back to work.
I mean, I would have done it myself. It would have been the Mini Cooper Aston Martin
It's
comedy
true.
hour the whole time.
That's all you would have
I'm
heard.
like, I don't know, Ted Lasso, soccer. There's a cars in it.
Right? We have a car. Okay. So now I catch myself saying so or like and I think about my grandma.
I know your grandma told us not to say anymore.
I know my grandma said I don't say
I know, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to not talk. So instead of saying
Oh, just silence.
you're supposed to do silence, and that's like more powerful.
Here we go. The next section of our notes. Things I like are no. I really enjoy that they're giving Jamie depth because in the past he's come off as stupid, but the writers are showing that he's not stupid.
I would say he had depth with like his whole dad thing and like becoming a team player. Like he's had depth.
He's had it, but now he's getting intelligence, I guess, in the fact that he was like when Roy said prima donna, like before Madonna.
It's prima donna.
Donna,
Yeah.
right? First woman.
How about the way he says poopy? Oh, I said again.
I know we're really trying.
The way he says poopy.
I
Poopy.
can't do it.
Poopy.
Truly.
What's your grandma think about that? Poopy.
Poopy. She probably doesn't like it.
What I do like about this season is that we're showing him being jealous, I think, for the first time. I don't think he was jealous in any of the other seasons, aside from his like sort of rivalry with
I was going to say
Kent,
maybe threatened by Roy.
but not like jealous and like it's almost like it felt very like anime a little bit, where when they're at the Nigerian restaurant and they're sitting down and he's sitting with his the older the master sage and he's like, I want to get better, and then Roy's like, you need to train.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's anime. This is anime.
I totally forgot about that. That's going to be
Maybe it's just because I just watched the new Dragon Ball movie and like
Probably.
Piccolo always yells at Gohan to train, for people who know what I'm talking about. So that's kind of what I felt.
people who know what he's talking about. Write it in the comments.
Like, every anime is like the main character trains and then he goes and meets the bad guy.
We get it. I totally forgot about that. That is going to be such a good dynamic. And I also have to bring up in episode 2 when Roy yells at everybody.
Damn it. You said it again.
I know, I did it again. Jamie is in the background holding in his laughter. Please go back and look.
Oh, right. Yes. When Trent Krim shows up for the first time.
Yes.
And Roy Kent screams at everybody, don't talk to him. Blah, 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 blah. And he storms in. And whoever plays, I did it again. Whoever plays Silence,
Who are you trying to say?
Jamie Tart,
Okay.
clearly could not hold in his laughter.
Couldn't do it.
So he just kept laughing. And I guess they left it in because in character,
Jamie
would have started laughing during that.
Please go watch. He is, I saw it on Twitter. Somebody said fighting for his life, and he truly is.
Oh, the ribs are done, Toby. Can you talk for like 2 seconds while I check on the
Oh,
ribs?
of
See, I
course
forgot
I
to mention that
can.
too. We're trying to cook ribs.
We're doing a lot.
So I'm going to check on the baby and the ribs.
Okay, good thing this is a section of things I like.
Good, because I don't like these things. I probably do. I don't know. Remember, Toby, silence and
Silence,
not Stare at the camera.
One of the things that they've been doing this season is they've been introducing a lot more characters. And earlier, Gino had mentioned that Nate hasn't been showing up that much. I believe it's because they've been introducing all these characters and you don't necessarily miss the ones that you're used to. You're welcoming these new characters. I like seeing Keely.
Baby's good.
Great. I like seeing Keely at the office with all the stiff people she works with and the CFO who's telling her not to spend money on flowers. And she says, but flowers are so pretty. Like, bring more of that dynamic. Trying to see Keely be a fun boss. So adorable. We also get to meet more of the teammates. We're seeing more of Colin's story. We see that Colin has a boyfriend, maybe. And then we get to see more of Trent Krim.
Did we already know that Colin was gay? Or no?
We didn't know. We didn't know. And the internet is appreciating how just nonchalant they were about it. And I mean, me too.
I don't know. It kind of seemed like the team didn't know.
No. Oh, you mean like a viewer or the team?
The viewer. I guess it's two questions. Did we know that he was gay?
Nobody knew for sure.
Okay, now
and the team does not seem to know.
And like, the guy comes and it's like his friend wingman who's like, who's hitting on a girl.
Yeah, no, they don't know. The team.
His whole game is that he's a soccer player.
Right.
And I talked to his ugly friend, her ugly friend.
Right. Well, then you have Trent Krim who sees him
making out
in an alley.
And then Trent Krim is, don't do a bad thing like last season, Trent Krim, and write this.
I don't think I think that's too obvious that Trent Krim would be the one, but he's going to get blamed for it, for sure. Or he's going to be the voice of, and he's going to be the voice that's like, it's okay, right? I'm Trent Krim, independent. Bringing on Trent Krim is fantastic because he was such a fan favorite.
He's a fan favorite. I think they, obviously in season 1, probably didn't think he was going to be that much of a fan favorite. Do I want to see him in every episode?
I'm enjoying.
He needs a little more development here, aside from the fact that, I was a bad, mean writer when I was younger, and now I'm trying to be a nice writer.
I think the dynamic with the team is interesting. That was a good play when Roy told them not to talk to him. So every time he'd walk into a room, the dynamic would change.
But I want more from like him.
And we might get it because we get people's personal lives. We saw Collins. We're meeting more players on the team and seeing them start to. We have a French player that just showed up out of nowhere.
I think there was always a French player. Maybe I'm wrong.
Really?
The Swedish player is not talking as much.
Right.
The depressing one from the last season.
And that's what I don't know if you heard me say this, but we're seeing less of Nate because we get more of everybody else.
Right.
Which is super fun. We get more story for Rebecca, where now she's seeing a psychic, and we didn't even see Sam in the first episode.
Sam's not in the first episode. I'm like, I guess Sam's done. Like his whole thing was he does the restaurant. But no, Sam's still there. He has his restaurant.
And he has a green matchbook.
Yeah, so the psychic's like, you're going to get married and have kids. And it's Rebecca. Like, so green matchbook. And then at the opening of his restaurant, or the fake opening of his restaurant, he gives out green matchbooks.
Now, I said it out loud. Did you know, or did I tell you?
The green matchbook thing? I put the two pieces together to have.
But I mean, like, before they pass out, when she said, I ordered these came in. Did you know it was good?
Yeah, obviously. The thing that when his chef says, I ordered these special, like, go hand them out. I was like, it's definitely going to be a matchbook. That is green. That's what I'm saying. Like, this show's not as, like...
It doesn't have to be...
I'm not right, but, like, yeah.
Oh,
know?
I don't know. Gino's
looking... It's not as this as it thinks it is.
He's like rubbing his...
twisty.
Yeah, but why does it have to be?
I'm not saying it has to be, but...
Oh, okay. So, silence?
Just stare at the camera instead of saying,
Right. Other things I like. The writing. I am enjoying all of the little jokes. That Wordle joke where he goes, what's the word of the day?
And he gives him the wrong
word.
Jerk.
So funny. The whole bit where they basically who's on first when they find out that Roy and Keely broke up, they're all upset that they find out that they broke up, right? And they're like talking about, is it Zava? Is it this? Is it that? You know what I'm talking about? It was in the second episode.
I don't remember.
Okay. I hope you guys remember.
Do you remember? Was it a good bit?
It was a great bit.
I remember I remember the captain when they saw Juno Temple and Roy Kent talking to each other. Could tell they broke up by their body language because
Yes.
apparently he has a degree in psychology
In
or
some
he
sort of
studies
body
psychology.
science language.
Yes.
That was funny.
So I don't know why I called Juno Temple and not Keeley, but
Keely.
Keeley.
We do everything in Jamie's accent.
Jamie.
And I'm very upset that that's not his real accent.
What do you think of Keeley's friend?
I want to know how she's going to be awful because she's definitely going to ruin something.
I feel like she's some sort of British stereotype that we don't get because we're American.
Oh, I believe so.
You know what I mean? Like some sort of trashy British stereotype.
Yeah.
You watched the Love Island. No, what's the British show?
Love Island.
Yeah, you watched it.
Only
you know
one
these things.
season. No, I only watched
You watched
one
Doctor Who?
I watched Doctor Who. She does seem like a character on Doctor Who. Her name is Shandy.
Yes.
Shande.
And the actress is too far down the list for me to find.
Sorry, Shandy.
Sorry.
She's funny. I like that when they went to go stall time for Zava and she made merchandise 50% off and she's like, should I
take my shirt off?
Yeah.
No. I was
That's
like,
funny.
come on, you already say the F curse.
Yeah, right? Come on,
Throw
Apple.
some nudity in there.
Come on. Trent Krim, we already talked about him.
We did talk about him.
Love that he's here. So some questions for Gino.
Yes.
Last section. Do you think we will see more soccer this season than we have in the past?
We have already seen more soccer this season than we have in the past.
Yes, but is it real
Season
soccer?
1 had zero soccer.
Zero soccer. Is it real soccer or is it CGI soccer?
That I can't tell because the first two seasons is always CGI. This time it's either like they're shooting on location with some shots and then the bigger shots are CGI.
Grandma.
Or, I mean, she's right.
She is right.
Or it's all CGI and they're just getting better at it that I can't tell. I mean, there's some shots where like you can tell the players are a little like FIFA-y and there's real players. You can tell kind of how the
I would
lighting
say
is.
the finishing, like every time Zava does a finishing kick or whatever, he's not bicycle kicking it, is he?
Yeah, it's probably him bicycle kicking
You
Toby, but in
think?
front of a green screen or on a real place is what we're trying to decide. I mean, the guy's jacked. I mean, like he's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So they're just, I think, getting better at the CGI, or they built just like a little grassy area. So like the front of the shot looks real, and then the stands are probably just fake.
So, and we're wondering who's real soccer players. We know Danny is a real soccer player.
Yes.
Who is a wonderful comedic actor.
He needs to be in more things. Cristo Fernandez.
Get him everywhere. He's so funny.
Mexican actor and former professional soccer player for the, Estudiantes Tecos Club of the Liga Primera de Mexico. He is best known for playing Danny Trejo. I'm upset that he's already been in the MCU, so you can't use him again.
Danny?
He was in Spider-Man No Way Home as a bartender.
I don't remember. Put him in
Serving
more.
Venom. You know, Venom showed up at the very end. Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
He was the bartender.
He can be in more things. Whatever.
Make him, baby's making noise.
Shh.
Ask me more questions.
Let's move on. Will Ted confront the therapist or his wife?
Like I already said, I think he's going to show up with the soccer players to America. They're going to fly over there. They're going to beat up some sort of MLS team. They're going to like play an MLS team. They're going to try to go beat up the therapist, and the therapist is going to throw like one little tiny punch, and they're all going to flop.
Seems
and try
like
to
a
get
good for season 4.
Try to get him like a red card.
Okay. Will Sam and Rebecca get back together?
Yes.
Yes. Good. I love it.
Also, she looks better every season.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, I feel bad for women, I think, because she is, I mean, like, obviously, when a guy like Zava takes his shirt off, I'm like, damn, that is a level of manliness that I have not ever or will ever achieve.
Maybe one day.
But there's something about Rebecca and the character, the actress that plays her.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe because she spent so much time in Game of Thrones under like a nun's outfit.
Yeah.
Where like the internet is extremely thirsty for Hannah Waddington. What a British last name. Waddingham? That's the most British last name ever.
I mean, she's quite British.
Waddingham Palace. So that's a great name. I'm trademarking that, Waddingham Palace, because she's very tall.
That's our house.
So I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong here, women are just like very attracted to Hannah Waddingham in like a not jealous but kind of jealous way.
I love her. I'm not jealous of her.
Yeah.
Will Danny Trejo still be our second favorite to Roy?
He's my favorite. He had sex with a shoe.
Okay. Danny Trejo is your favorite. Roy Kent's my favorite. Will
Roy Kent's not my favorite.
Okay. Do you think Richmond will get relegated again? They're already like fifth, fourth.
I think if they won a season 4, yes. If they don't, they're winning the championship.
I think they want a season 4.
I guess that's the real question. Will there be a season 4?
They should be.
Apple has all the money. They spend billions of dollars on Apple TV.
Yes. Can we please have a season 4?
Oh, I should have started the episode by saying we own 3 shares in Apple. So everything we just said is extremely biased.
Because we want Apple to do well.
What the hell am I doing? I said the season's bad.
I know. What are you
In
doing?
the beginning, I should have started out with
More
saying
people buy Apple.
it's the greatest. Subscribe to Apple TV Plus.
Yes.
Everyone.
Get our shares up. We have a kid to support
I
now.
have kids to support. So everything I said about this being bad is I take back. Although I'm not biased at all. Buy an iPad.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, that's it. Thank you for listening to For Better or Worse. If you like what you heard and want to know more, visit our website, www.buzzsprout. www. No.
The baby's crying. Hurry up.
Sorry, for better or worse.buzzsprout.com. And subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever you use, so you never miss an episode now that we're back. Like and subscribe to our show on YouTube so you can see what we look like. We're beautiful people. To let us know what you think, comment, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Really helps the show. Anywhere you want, engage with us, chit-chat. See you next time when we review more movies and TV.
Let us know you got to this part of the video by commenting in the comments.
Or hi, Grandma.
Or bye.